Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 62 of Europa Universalis IV. I've just started trying to integrate Navarra. That should actually happen quite quickly. Once that happens, we will no longer be over our max number of diplomatic relations. It also means that we will be allied with Ulster, Munster and Wales, which is going to be very, very useful for us when we go to war with England again. And we will definitely be doing that at some point. We could potentially vassalize Wales as well. In fact, we are going to offer them vassalization, and they have accepted. So we basically now have all of these vassals here, which is very, very good for us. And yeah, we've probably got a CB against Wessex right now. We don't have an awful lot of units. What is Britain's military power? Remember, I got it right this time. I said Britain, not England. Great Britain. Right, where are you? What do you have? Because you've been fighting a lot of wars recently. You do have 46,000 men in total somewhere. You've only got 25k manpower. I could potentially just put a lot of men on... What's your naval power like, actually? Might as well look at that while we're here. Navies. Great Britain. You've got 2 heavies, 4 lights, and 12 transports. Wow. Britain actually have nothing in terms of navy. We've got no truce with them. We do have a CB against Wessex there. We've certainly got the troops. Let's go ahead and unmothball this fleet here. Apparently there are a lot of obsolete ships, and it would cost us 2,000 ducats to upgrade all 41 of our obsolete heavy ships, which is going to be slightly problematic. So yeah, we probably won't be doing that straight away. We do have new technology we can invest in, which is a new military tech, but we'll have a look at this first. So what have we got here? Where to begin? It seems that settlers from Nouvelle Flandre has ventured into Quebec, a province of French Canada, in search of new land and resources. French Canada then sent their militia to drive them out, but they got overzealous and pursued the settlers back to Madawaska, raiding and burning. The conflict then escalated when Nouvelle Flandre sent their militia to drive out the French Canada militia and carry out raids on their own into Quebec. The governor of French Canada is blaming the governor of Nouvelle Flandre and vice versa. How do we solve this without losing face? Let them sort it out themselves and lose 25 prestige. We can either remove one of the governors from either one of them, which would basically, one would gain Liberty Desire and one would lose Liberty Desire, or we can sort out their differences and lose 50 Diplo power. So I can either spend 50 Diplo, or I can actually have... Right, French Canada. Let's look at this. Nouvelle Flandre already has a... Well, they only have a 27% Liberty Desire now. French Canada have a 15% Liberty Desire. So what we could go for is that one, which I think I will. So let's go ahead and do that. Just quickly unpause. So if that's changed things now. So Nouvelle Flandre now only have a 22% Liberty Desire. French Canada have a 25% Liberty Desire. That works out quite nicely. So back into technology. We are still ahead of time on military, but what else can we do? Not an awful lot. We are about to go into a big war. Let's go ahead and do that. It is using an awful lot of our military power, and that I completely understand, but we do get to use better cannons. So that will let those guys upgrade. Now, we are short of a military leader. Truce with Wichita has ended. Yeah, let them declare war on me. I don't really care. We've lost an advisor, which is our military advisor. I'm going to save up until I can afford to buy the level 3 one, because I'd love the to get the Morale of Armies guy. We're going to move some more units over here into Kent as soon as these ships have repaired. And we're going to try and take Wessex. What we could probably do as well... Colonies become self-sustaining. Excellent. So let's go ahead and grab Ontario. As I was about to say, what we could do as well is we could try and... excuse the ice cream van. We could try and fabricate a claim on Cornwall. Which obviously we don't have a neighbouring province, but it shares the channel. So if a province shares a body of water with one of your cores, you can still fabricate a claim against it. So we're going to try and take the whole south coast here if we can. Our spy has been found, but that's fine. We've now integrated Navarra, which is also fine, because then that means that we don't have to worry about being over our relations limit. We've got these extra 5 guys here. I guess they can stay there. They're causing no harm. We are still below our force limit. We will need to convert Navarra, which is all the more reason why we should leave those guys in there. So we can obviously start the war before we finish fabricating the claim, because the way that it works is you can't fabricate a claim with somebody while you're at war, but you can start fabricating a claim and then finish it after the war ends. I'm going to move this 30 stack up. I am going to ship them over onto Kent. So we can either lose 60 ducats for 100 manpower or only gain 50 manpower. I think we just need the 50 manpower. We've got massive manpower as it is. Let's go ahead and get that Morale of Armies guy. He's going to be really, really useful for us. Don't have to worry about the British fleets now. Who is England allied with? Let's just quickly pause and check that. They are allied... Who the hell is this guy? Never heard of this place before. Pagar... Is that double R? Pagar Ruyung. Okay. Pagar Ruyung. Where are you? Right, so you're right down here in... I'm not even sure what this area here is. But you're a long way away. Yeah. So, I don't think we have to worry too much about... Well, England really don't have many allies, do they? Now, England are one of my rivals, I think. Yes. Well, I'm doing it again now, calling them England. So, you guys are fully repaired. You get over to Picardy. We're going to have to do this in 2 trips, of course. So, you guys are going to... it'll do it automatically. It'll send them across. Don't have to worry about that myself. Leave it unpaused. They'll get there eventually. And then we are going to declare the war. I'll leave my other armies just kind of in the middle of France, just in case England get cocky and decide that they're going to try and drop some troops on me. Although I don't think they have 12 transports. I don't think I have an awful lot to worry about from them. But we'll see what happens. So this could all be very interesting. Looks like most of them are getting there. Not too sure where England's armies are, of course. It doesn't necessarily mean that all of their armies are actually over here in England. Or Britain. Nearly 50% done on that fabrication. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Those guys are all over there. You are going to... Nouvelle Flandre has declared war on Florida. That's fine. Means we may get called into a war against Castile, which I prefer not to happen, but you never know. Let's move you guys over here because you're going to need to blockade Wessex. And, yeah, it's time to go ahead and declare war on... Take Wessex. Declare war. So... One lot's going to go into London. The other lot's going to go into Wessex. Now, bear in mind, Ulster, Wales, and Munster are vassals, not our allies. If they were allies, they may have chosen not to enter into the war because, obviously, this is an aggressive war. We are the attacker. But because they're my vassals, they don't have any choice, which means they actually have to get involved here, and we'll probably be able to siege out most of Britain. There's some of Britain's armies up there. Let us just go and detach a siege, just so that I can go up here and crush these guys. Would be nice if we actually had a leader over here. Which I guess we could do. If I just go and put these guys down in Kent, if I go and take our... I split my unit up that was over here, so because I did that, it no longer has its... Random units everywhere. You guys get over here. You don't necessarily need to have that conquistador. He's not all that useful, but we'll put no leader there. And then we'll go back to England. Or Britain. And you can then have the leader. Sorted. That's not a problem. So you guys then need to... We'll just sort of try and move some of these units around and just do some stack stomping where we can. Obviously, Great Britain are going to be trying to produce a lot of units. The main issue that they're going to have, of course, is they don't have a massive amount of manpower. So I'm literally just trying to walk around and just individually stack wipe these small stacks. Bigger stack there, we might be able to intercept. Definitely grabbing some of these smaller stacks. That is not a small stack though, that is definitely a bigger stack there. We have caught them though. We've managed to convert Navarra, brilliant, we're back up to 100% religious unity. Siege of Wessex is over already, so let's go in and siege Cornwall out. Now, bear in mind, we might also be able to grab some of the land and flip it over and, to Munster and, you know, Ulster as well. And then when we integrate them, it'll make life a little bit easier. Looks like all of their units ran up to Scotland. So, let us go and stack wipe them if we can. Just really hoping we don't get dragged into that war between Nouvelle-Flandre and Florida. I'm hoping Nouvelle-Flandre wins, of course. Because we seem to have sorted out their Liberty Desire problem, and it's going to be nice if our overseas colonies continue to grow. This little island over here, the Orkney Islands, are still owned by Norway, which is a little bit weird, but we can live with that. So, let's come down here and start sieging out a few more provinces. We'll actually need to go and just siege London out more quickly if we can. No longer claim that Metz is a rightful part of our realm, that's fine. We've lost a CB against Austria, that's fine. We can fabricate a new one very, very quickly and easily when we need to. You guys... Oh, that's going to be fine because my trade fleet's about to arrive in there and completely decimate what pathetic little bit of the British Army there is. In this instance, I'm actually going to tell my vassals to go aggressive. And then they might actually go off and... Yeah, he's going to go off and start sieging some provinces now, which will be quite nice. So you guys are all going to group up. I see they do still have a few units marching around. Yeah, they're trying to consolidate some forces up to the north. We'll go up and deal with that when is appropriate. In fact, I'm actually going to go and deal with it now. It would be nice to siege siege London out nice and quickly, but at the same time, I don't want these guys getting a massive stack that goes unchecked. As you can see, they've already got quite a large stack up there. There's a stack there. They're not going to be too much of a problem because they don't have enough men to siege. Another province has become self-sustaining, which is this one. So where do we go from there? Let's move you up and we'll start colonizing there. So the colonization game's still going very well. Should be fine down here on the south coast. Now, you've got a fairly big stack up there that I'm not too happy about. Another technology we can invest in. This is admin tech. Now, we will need some admin points to core. But the sooner that we can get to 22 and get a new idea group, the better, really. And we'll get plenty of admin points. We have a level 3 admin advisor, so by the time this war ends, we should have enough admin points to be able to get everything that we want and more. So we're just got... I love how I actually completely managed to miss that stack, which was the whole purpose of me moving up there in the first place. You guys move back down. You guys have sieged out Cornwall. That boat gets put out, which means they lose the naval battle. We'll move there into Wessex. That'll be fine. Excellent. Not too sure what that was. I just clicked excellent too. Was it another... Was it another province? Yes, it was that one. So we're going to move you into here and we're just going to completely sort of surround Norwegian Mexico just so they can't go anywhere. You guys can just group up because you might be needed later on. There we go. Army safely arriving. You guys somehow managed to give me the slip there. But I'm not going to let you unsiege Wessex, don't worry. Oh, I'm paused, which doesn't help matters much. Nice to know we're at war and we're actually still making some positive money. I was going to see if we can head those guys off. Move you straight into there. Defenders deserted in London. There we go. We have caught them. So you can move in. So if we move you guys into St. George's Channel, you should be able to help with the sieging of Gloucestershire, because I think that's where the actual port is. We don't need both stacks of men in there, so you can actually come out and help attack these guys, and then we'll move the ships around and we'll probably try and grab Essex after that. Really? You're really going to send a 2-stack in there and try and unsiege Wessex? I mean, I admire your tenacity, but no. So we should siege out Gloucestershire pretty quickly. And I do find it really amazing in this game how, if you watch me play any of my Crusader Kings 2 campaign, even though it didn't go particularly well, and I was playing as the Count or the Duke of Leicester, because obviously that's where I'm from. Leicester isn't even represented in EU4. It's quite strange. Gain 2.5 mercantilism, gain 10 prestige and 10 legitimacy. The prestige would be nice, but we're already capped on legitimacy. Or gain 240 ducats and lose the mercantilism. We're just going to take the mercantilism. Yeah, Leicestershire should be in this area. I mean, Nottingham's missing, and there's lots of provinces not represented in this game. So I just find it a little bit strange how it's there in their previous game, but not in the one that came out afterwards and represents a later period in history when, you know, Leicester was most definitely on the map at that point. More CBs, which we're not all that bothered against. We've almost sieged out London, which is going to be really, really good. Yeah, I thought they got some more troops up here somewhere. I'm just hoping that my vassals do all right and manage to siege out a couple of these provinces anyway. So let's just go around and remember, of course, every time they build one of these units or one of these regiments and I just walk over and insta-stack wipe it, it's costing them 1,000 manpower. And I think when I looked before I started the war, they only had about 22,000. French Louisiana gains plus 5% tariff value, or we can get a 30... Well, let's tax it and get the tariff value. Because we did reduce their liberty desire quite a bit. Nouvelle-Flandre, yeah, 36%. So it's not too... Well, that's the trade efficiency. Liberty desire, 27%. We are still good. We can invest in a new idea. Improve relations plus 25%. That could be quite useful. We are going to need some Diplo power for the peace treaty, of course. But once again, this war's not going to be over for a little while. Unless we end up getting dragged into that Castilian war with Nouvelle-Flandre. What I intend to do is just keep this war going, because it's a good way of getting a fair bit of prestige, because remember, Great Britain is our rival. So it's a good way of getting a bit of prestige, and at the same time, it also means that we can just let things tick on, try and siege as much of their stuff as possible, really weaken them. We've managed to siege out London, which is great. As soon as we've finished Gloucester, we're going to be going back and trying to take Essex. So we will be doing that. Let's just have a quick look at the ledger now. Military navies. They've still got a few of their ships around, so they haven't lost much. But if we go and have a look at their military power now. Let's just pause it again. Where are we? Great Britain. They still have 35k men. No idea where they are. But they've only got 8k manpower. They've got some mercenaries as well, so they're obviously really, really trying there. But we shall bring these guys. It is possible, of course, that they're all fighting overseas. How is this war going on? Truce with Holland has ended. Truce with Munster has ended. That's fine. Looks like Nouvelle-Flandre is doing quite well over here. They've certainly got a much bigger army, so I don't think I need to worry too much about them at all. Looks like they've got some nationalists. Might be able to go ahead and crush them. They do have a leader, so it could be a little bit risky. Let's go into Chickasaw, and we might lose that fight. Actually, no, it looks like they're going to deal with it themselves. Yep, I take it all back. They're dealing with it. Not a problem. Let's go back to Great Britain, and we'll engage that stack there. Get some more war score. A lot of truces ended. This could be where we end up with a very big coalition against us. And that would be the one thing that probably ends up with me having to make an early peace with Great Britain. We do have another loan coming due. In fact, we can just go and pay that off straight away. Looks like we only have the one loan. So there we go, we have no more loans remaining. We do have a little bit of inflation, but it's only a tiny little amount. We could possibly go and reduce that, but I don't think we need to worry about doing it. We've won a siege there, which was courtesy of one of our vassals, which is very nice. I might as well leave these guys in Essex for the time being. These guys that are in London, you can move up and join the main army in Essex, because that's the one you belong to. And you can just group up for the time being. Am I a regiment short there? No, we're just slightly under cap. Here we go. Looks like Britain are certainly trying to land some troops. They've just ran in... What have they got there? 9 transports versus 60 lights. Good luck there, Britain. And these guys won't even get to land because all of these ships are going to get sunk, which kills off most of their army as well. You can just stay there. So what we want to happen... They're probably going to go try and unsiege the marches, which they are. Hopefully we'll have Gloucester very, very soon. So that's going to be most of Britain's navy gone now. Navies. Wish it would just stay on the bit you'd scroll down to. Yeah, so they've now only got... they've got 2 heavies and a light. Britain's navy's been absolutely crushed. And that was before I started fighting with them. So I don't know what had happened. They've now got 1,000 infantry, 1,000 cavalry. They've got 5 mercenary regiments, which is weird, because how can you have 5 regiments, 5 regiments, but only have 1,000? I don't know. Suffice to say, they've got 2,000 manpower in the bank, and they've only got like 2,000 men on the field. Well, they must have at least 3,000, because there's 2 and there's 3, 4. Yeah, so that's counting their mercenaries as well. Britain have essentially got nothing at this point. They're just throwing mercenaries in. I'll go and wipe those out very, very shortly. I was hoping that we would siege this province. I know we're slightly over the point at which these videos normally go on for, but I did want to try and just siege out these last couple of provinces before we did anything else. I'm just going to dive in here and try and help Tyrone out. It has delayed the siege a little bit in Gloucester, but that's fine. We'll take our wins where we can get them. So that's going to have hurt them a little bit more again. Well, there still seems to be getting quite a few mercenaries. They probably won't have a lot of money for long, though. So you guys back to there, group up. And we are blockading, so we should certainly get this this siege a lot quicker than it is doing. I'm very surprised we haven't had it yet. Essex is almost sieged out as well, and I don't even have a blockade over there. Leinster's now been sieged out by Munster. That's fantastic. I might just flip it over to Munster and see if they want it. They should take it. So we'll consider doing that when it comes time for the peace deal. Because what I'd like to do, give what we've got here, gain a stability. Military tech cost minus 10%, or gain 50 prestige. Might as well gain 50 prestige, really, because we're already at max stability. Won the siege of Gloucester. You guys might as well just move into Oxfordshire then. You can move around to Dogger Bank and blockade Essex. So yeah, what I'd possibly... Oh, hang on. Let's just quickly pause things up a second. Gain some population, that's very nice. Let's just go back into there and just deal with those guys, because that was a bit harsh. What I would like to try and do is give Leinster to Munster and then give Meath or Connaught to Ulster and see what happens there. There is a fairly big stack up the top, but I think we will be fine. Don't know where that other British fleet went. It's actually going around here. I'm just running heavies, which means I'm very, very slow, unfortunately, and I don't have an admiral, so everything is going to be a little bit on the slow side. I'm going to go down here to Dogger Bank. Might be able to chase them down. Probably not. Done the siege of Essex, though, so let's go ahead and deal with Norfolk. Got to watch this little fleet up here. I think what I will do is I'll detach a siege and you guys can go and deal with them. Just trying to keep some of my vassals safe. Right, okay, we're in Dogger Bank and they've actually decided to dock their navy. So at least now, if we win the Siege of Yorkshire, it will force them out and we can sink the rest of their fleet. So that's probably something that I will do. We've got some grain, because you can never have too much grain, apparently. Still plenty of manpower, plenty of money, plenty of positive stability. Going around and crushing all these little stacks. So let's do that. We caught that one. Let's move down into Yorkshire. We might even siege Yorkshire out, see if we can just force these ships out and take them down. Conquest CB against Wichita. That's very nice. Let's just finish you guys off. Again, I'm well over the 20 minutes now, so I really should end this video very soon. There's another little fight one. Did they just disband mercenaries? Because I don't think I won that fight. I think they actually just disbanded mercenaries. It's quite possible that they've got no money left. Great Britain... No, they still have 2 mercenaries, apparently. But they've got literally nothing left in the tank at all. They are completely and utterly screwed over. Does it auto-pause when you go into the ledger? I never realised that. That's what gets me confused. If you go into the ledger, it actually automatically pauses. And then you can unpause it while it's in the ledger. That's always what confuses me. Because what happens is I hit the ledger and then I hit pause, but I'm actually unpausing it. Okay, so... Gain 20 prestige. Look at that, we're up to 100 prestige again already. We're winning a few sieges here. Austria has been discovered by... Austria has been discovered fabricating a claim against Alsace. But that is about as much as we are going to get done for this video. Things are going quite well. And, oh, look at that. Trading in tobacco happened to us. National Spy Defense plus 25%. Brilliant. So things are going really, really well for France at the moment. We're going to take a little bit more from Great Britain. We'll probably end up taking most, if not all of it, by the end of the campaign, which will be quite nice to do. But we'll see how it goes. But that's as much as we're going to get done for now. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4. And I'll see you on the next video. So until then, goodbye for now.